It's officially July, which means it is quarter 3 of 2023 and I can show you all the credit cards in my wallet. In this quarter, I plan to complete not 1, not 2, but 3 sign-up bonuses for my new credit cards. Let's start out by talking about the cards that I need to hit the minimum spend on in order to get those bonus points. Of course, I need to be prioritizing those and putting as much spend on them that I possibly can, but I do have other cards as well once I get those 3 completed. The first card is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I am still working on the minimum spend after applying for this card about a month and a half ago. The sign-up bonus on this card at the time was 80,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. That offer has decreased since I applied for the card. It's now at 60,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points after spending the same amount in the first 3 months. I do think that even though the sign-up bonus has decreased, it could still be a good card for you to apply if you're looking for a beginner travel card. This card comes with a $95 annual fee, and I was very happy to pay that as long as I could get these 80,000 bonus points. There are some decent ways to get good value out of this card after the first year when you're no longer receiving the bonus points for hitting the minimum spend. The first perk of this card that is mentioned on the Chase website is the $50 annual hotel credit. So all you have to do is go through the Chase travel portal and then book a hotel, and you pay with this card, and they will give you a $50 statement credit for doing so. I don't value this at the full $50 that Chase says, just because you can find a slightly cheaper room rate when you go through hotel booking portals like booking.com or Agoda. But it's nice to get 2 times points on all travel with this card, something that I don't get from any other card right now. And it's nice that you can get 3 times points on dining, even though it does overlap with other cards. My 2 main reasons for holding this card in quarter 3 are the no foreign transaction fees, and the most important reason is the access to Chase's transfer partners. You only have access to these transfer partners if you hold an annual fee card from Chase, like the Sapphire Preferred, the Sapphire Reserve, or the Ink Preferred. This way I can use all of the Chase points that I've accumulated out of my various cards from me and my wife, and we can transfer those out to partners like Southwest or Hyatt. There's lots of other partners as well, like Aeroplan, that right now has a transfer bonus of 20% when you transfer out your Chase points to Air Canada. So that's something that I'm looking forward to if I can find a good flight on Air Canada. I'm very close to hitting the minimum spend on that card, and then I can start putting the majority of my spend on my new card that I just got approved for in the last video. It is the Chase IHG Rewards Business Card. I locked in a 165,000 point bonus when I spent $3,000 in the first 3 months. Now this is IHG points, this is not Chase points, so the valuation of those points are significantly lower than Chase points, but I still feel like we can get some really good hotel deals by using this card, and also using rewards nights to get free hotel stays. A lot of people like to value these IHG points at half a cent per point, but I have found that I can get slightly more value out of these points, mainly because of what this card offers. 26 times points when you use this card at IHG hotels, 5 times points when you'll use it for travel, dining, select business purchases, and also gas stations. And then you can also earn 3 times points on the everything else category. The card also comes with a $99 annual fee, but hopefully we can get really good value out of this card so that we don't ever need to cancel it. One way that we can help justify that annual fee is the anniversary free night. This starts after you pay the 2nd year of the annual fee, so I won't get it in the first year, but that's why I'm getting 165,000 bonus points when you sign up for this card. Now that 165,000 point bonus is not currently there. I applied for the card on the last day that I could get it, and right now it comes with a 140,000 point bonus, which I still feel like is pretty good. Another huge benefit of this card is redeem 3 nights, get the 4th night for free. So this is something that I'm actually going to be using in the future in quarter 3, so I'll definitely make a video on this. You can book a hotel stay for 4 nights at an IHG property as long as you have this business card attached to your account or the personal version of the IHG card. And the IHG website will not charge you for the 4th night that you're staying at that hotel. So you'll have to pay for the first 3 nights, get the 4th night for free, and that is a huge way you can maximize the value of your IHG points. And this card also gives the 2nd highest tier status in the IHG program. You get Platinum Elite status. The only tier above this is Diamond Elite, and that is when you spend like 70 nights at IHG properties in 1 year. So that'd be pretty hard to do. I also have the personal version of this card that I only got it just like a few months ago, but I liked it so much that I just signed up for the business version. I really don't think that I'm gonna put like any spend on that personal IHG card. I'll just focus all of my spend on the business version of the card, and then we'll be set with IHG points. I did say at the beginning of the video that I will be completing 3 sign-up bonuses in this quarter, and that card, well, that's a mystery right now. I will be coming out with a video a little bit later in a few videos, and I'll take you through the application process to see if I get approved or denied, but I do expect to receive that card, and then we can start working on the sign-up bonus for that one. If you want to make sure that you see that video, don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to hit our first 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and your subscription means a lot to me. So those are the 3 sign-up bonus cards that I will be heavily prioritizing when it comes to spending any kind of money to make sure I get those bonus points. Now, the next set of cards are the rotating categories cards, the ones that will give me 5% back in certain categories for this quarter. This first card is the Freedom Flex from Chase. In quarter 3 of this year, you get 5% cash back in rotating categories for gas, EV charging, and for select live entertainment. Now, I don't have an electric vehicle and I don't spend a lot of money on live entertainment, and so those two aren't really good for me, but gas stations is a huge one. I spend a lot of money on gas, and when the price of gas is $4 and up per gallon in my area, yeah, I'm gonna spend a lot of money, and so I'm very happy about this category from Chase because I can probably put a good amount of spend. I do think that I will only be using this card when it comes to gas stations after I hit the minimum spend and get the 3 sign-up bonuses, but it is very nice to have. The big reason to sign up for this card is the 5% rotating categories. Last quarter, it was Amazon.com and Lowe's. I didn't go to Lowe's at all last quarter, but I did make purchases on Amazon.com, and it was nice to receive 5% cash back. But it wasn't exactly 5% cash back because this card earns ultimate rewards points that I can use to transfer out to partners, and I can only transfer out to partners by holding the Sapphire Preferred. And so these 2 cards work really well together, and that's why I hold both in my wallet. These 5% rotating categories are capped at $1,500 in spend for that quarter, so I will get a maximum value of $75 cash back on the Freedom Flex, or if I shift over those Chase Ultimate Rewards points that I get from the Freedom Flex over to the Sapphire Preferred, I can get a lot more value than the $75. Next up in my wallet is the Discover It card, and it definitely has a place in my wallet because it has 5% rotating categories, just like the Chase Freedom Flex. However, I prioritize the Chase Freedom Flex over the Discover It cashback card because the Freedom Flex earns ultimate rewards points that I can use to transfer out to partners. This definitely makes way more sense to use that card for 5% rotating categories instead of cashback because I can get double or triple the value of the same exact purchase because the Chase points are just way more valuable than cashback. However, I can never ignore the 5% cashback that I get from the Discover It card. 5% cash back is basically the maximum amount for any purchase that you make, and so I always have to consider this card. The only problem with the quarter 3 that Discover has released is that they have gas stations on there, which I find highly unlikely that I will spend at gas stations until I hit the minimum spend on my cards and then shift my spend to the Freedom Flex for gas stations, and then once I hit the quarterly cap for the Freedom Flex, I then shift my spend again on gas stations to the Discover It cashback card. I don't think that's realistic, and so I'm probably not going to use it for gas stations. But good thing the Discover It doesn't only have the 5% category for gas stations, they also have it for digital wallets. I love this category because I can basically use it on any purchase that allows me to tap my phone to pay. Included in the digital wallets category, there's Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Garmin Pay, and in-store Google Pay. I have already added the Discover card to my iPhone, and so I can use Apple Pay every single time that I go in for a purchase. Now, like I already mentioned, I'm going to be putting a lot of spend on the Sapphire Preferred, the IHG Business Card, and the third mystery card so that I can hit the sign-up bonuses. But if I have spend left over, it'll be really nice to use Apple Pay to get 5% cash back. Last year in quarter 4, Discover also had digital wallets as a 5% category, and I believe I maxed it out. There is a $1,500 spend that you can put on this card to receive 5% cash back, and once you hit that, then you will just earn 1% on all of your purchases. But if I guess I'm just going to be using this card for digital wallets, I guess I don't really need it in my wallet. Another card that I have in here is the American Express Platinum card. The American Express Platinum card gives me 5 times points when I book flights with this card, whether it's through the AMEX portal or directly with an airline. And it also gives 5 times points when you book a hotel through AmexTravel.com. This card does come with a $695 annual fee, and so I really want to make sure that I'm getting the most amount of value that I can with this card. I'm going to be using this card primarily for flights, and also I'm going to be using it for lounges. The lounge benefit that comes with this card is the best out of any credit card in my opinion. You get access to Centurion lounges, Escape lounges, Delta Sky Clubs when you fly with them, Lufthansa, there's Priority Pass Select that you get with this card. There are just a huge amount of options that you can get when you are flying from one city to another. I always carry this card with me when I'm traveling, something that I will be doing in this quarter, and so when I go to the airports, they will ask to see this Platinum card when you go to a Centurion lounge or an Escape lounge. I'm actually getting on a flight this week, and so I will be using this card at the airport. This card gives me other benefits too that I will be using in this quarter, like the Walmart Plus subscription fee and also the Uber cash credit that I get. It's going to be $15 every single month for this quarter, $15 in July, $15 in August, and $15 in September. The next card in my wallet is not a credit card, but I will absolutely be using it in this quarter. When I go on an international trip, I always bring this card with me. It's the Fidelity Cash Management account. This is a debit card and I use it for ATMs worldwide. Every time I go to a new country, I just assume that I won't be able to use my credit cards 100% of the time, and so I need to get some of the local currency out of an ATM. How this card helps me is I get free withdrawals out of any Visa ATM in the entire world. Of course, when you go to an ATM and you get money out of it, they always like to tack on a transaction fee, and I just never wanted to pay this again, and so that's why I got this card. It is free to hold this card, and that is basically the only benefit that I use from it, but I just load this card with the money that I have in my bank account, I transfer it over to Fidelity, and then I just keep this card in my wallet until I'm ready to use an ATM. A lot of times this saves me $5, $6, $7 every single time I take cash out in the local currency of that country, and so it really helps me save a lot of money. And even though I never use it for purchases, I could do that as well. It offers no spending rewards, and so every time that I make a purchase, I make sure to use a credit card. And then the next card is another debit card. I really only have this as a backup in case for some reason the ATM won't want to accept my Fidelity debit card. I just have another bank card just as a backup. I know that I don't talk about debit cards a lot on my channel, but I would highly recommend the Fidelity Cash Management card. I know that Schwab also has a very similar card if you want to check that out. I won't get any referral bonuses when you sign up for the Fidelity account, but I will if you check out any of my other cards that I have linked in the description. If you choose to apply for any card using my link, I appreciate you so much, and every cent and every point that I make from referral bonuses will go directly back into the channel to make it better. And that stack of cards right there are the 7 cards that I use in my wallet right now, and there's 2 more cards on the way, the IHG Business and also the mystery card that I haven't announced yet. I haven't actually talked about every single card that I own. There's 15 of them right now. If you want to see a video of me breaking down every card, why I applied and why I still have the account active, let me know in the comments if you want to see that video, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.